Hi, welcome back to Valley News Live. We have some first alert weather days next week on Tuesday and then into Wednesday morning as a system's going to come through and bring some rain. That'll transition into some wintry mix, and then that'll transition overnight into some snow. And then behind that system, we're going to have some pretty strong winds that are going to be bringing plenty of much colder air into our area. So let's take a look at what we're seeing. Here we are on Tuesday morning about 7:30, and we're already starting to see some of that rain push up close to our area. Here's that center of low pressure, and that's going to be coming out of Colorado. So that means we're going to see a little bit more in the way of accumulation than we're used to from those systems that come from the north, because it's bringing more moisture with it. Now here we are in the afternoon or the evening of Tuesday about 5:30, and here's that rain making slippery conditions for folks in Lakes Country, and some of that is starting to transition into some snow, as well as some of that wintry mix, some of that freezing drizzle, as well as sleet. Now behind it, see some of those stronger winds pushing down out of Canada. Now as we move throughout the overnight or through the evening and into the overnight, here we are close to midnight, 11:45, and that snow is fully transitioned into snow. So then we're going to continue seeing those slippery conditions, primarily for folks in the south and east, and those winds stronger out to the west, where you see those yellow arrows. Those are wind speeds of over 30 miles an hour, where we could see gusts up to 50 miles an hour even. Now, as we move into Wednesday morning, here we are very early, about 5 o'clock in the morning, and that snow is still coming down. So we could see some tricky travel as we move, as we head out the door. Trying to get out to work and to school. Now that wind is going to continue and help push that thing off to the east, but we could still see some of those slippery conditions through noon and even into the evening commute as those snowplows try to get out there and clean up those streets. So that's what we're watching. We're going to keep our eyes on it and update you as that system moves closer out of the Rocky Mountains. Now here we are, Fargo, 30 degrees, clear skies. Well, we're seeing more and more clouds come into the picture, and those clouds are actually going to continue overnight, leaving us with some pretty warm temperatures for this time of year and during the nighttime. Now, right now, temperatures are about 30 degrees, a little warmer for folks in the east, but mostly in those 30s. Now, as we move through the afternoon and into the evening, we're going to continue seeing those clouds gather, and that's going to help keep those temperatures a little bit warmer. Put a lid on that and kind of act like a blanket. Now as we move through the overnight, we're going to continue seeing those clouds, maybe a few flurries here or there, particularly for our eastern counties, and some fog will pop up for folks in the east as we move through the morning. Here we are about 7:30, and as we move toward lunchtime, we're going to see a little bit of a shift in those winds out of the south, bringing some warmer air to the area, but we're already seeing those pretty warm temperatures by that time, about 30 degrees, maybe a couple degrees cooler. But as we move through the evening, that's when we're going to start to see some of those clouds start to clear in the west. Now, we could still see some flurries again as we move toward bedtime, but things are looking pretty all right for a day in February tomorrow. Now, this next week, still looking pretty warm, at least until those first alert weather days. But then after that, things kind of fall back into the basement. Temperature 4 degrees on Thursday, and then a bunch of negatives.
I was going to say, talk about a drop like a roller coaster.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, I mean, a lot to pay attention to, too. Jim, thank you so much. Well,